You're right on time. Follow me. Today, I'm going to teach you how to play chess. Now, these rules have been around since the 6th century, and in my humble opinion, everyone should know them. We'll start by learning how each piece moves. Then we'll establish the objective of the game and how to win. Finally, we'll talk about some other possible endings that you may come across. Let's meet the pawns. You have 8 of them. They can move forward 1 space, or, for their first move, optionally 2 spaces. Pawns can also attack, but only 1 space, and only diagonally. Like so. Now, let's move from the outside of the board in. This is a rook. It can move forward and backward, and side to side, for as far as it can see. And they can take the first piece that gets in their way. The next piece is going to be a knight. A knight looks like a horse and is very unique. Knights move in the shape of an L in any direction, and they're the only piece that can't be blocked. They can take an opponent's piece if they can move to its spot. Next we have the bishops. They move diagonally. Each player starts off with 1 bishop on white and 1 on black, and they will never move off those colors. Just like the rooks, they can move as many spaces as they can see, and they can take the first piece that gets in their way. In the middle of the board, we have royalty. The queen and the king. The queen is the most powerful piece of them all. She has the abilities of both a rook and a bishop, able to move in a straight line in any direction as far as she can see. You don't want to lose your queen. Finally, we have the king. He too can move in any direction, but only 1 space. There is one exception, where a king can move 2 spaces. Suppose you have the king's bishop and knight out of the way, and you haven't yet moved your king or your rook. You can do what's called castling, and it looks like this. I have one more rule to share before we move on to objectives, and that is pawn promotion. If one of your pawns should happen to make it to the opposite end of the board, you may promote it to a queen, rook, bishop, or knight. The way to win a game of chess is to put your opponent into checkmate. To be in checkmate is to have your king threatened by another piece with no ability to escape, and in chess terms, threatening the king is called checking him. Here's an easy, useful checkmate for beginners to hold on to. It's called a lateral checkmate, and it uses 2 rooks or a rook and a queen. You lead an opponent's king to the edge of the board, block off the row next to him, and check. The king can't go anywhere, and it's mate. The game can also end in what is called a stalemate. This is when a player is not in check, but has no possible moves. If not a checkmate or a stalemate, the game will end in a forfeit or a draw. With a bit of practice, you're well on your way to becoming a Grand Master. Thanks for joining me, and remember, always think 3 steps ahead. Whoop! Got your king. Bet you weren't expecting that.